welcome to my channel, Oracle Intuitions. My name is Catherine, and this is your weekly reading for October 30th to November 6th. We're taking a look into the energy of the mind, body, and spirit, as well as relationships, with a closing message from the universe. Please remember that these are general readings. They may not resonate with everyone, but I do recommend that you check out your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs as well. Also, Saturdays, 1 o'clock p.m., we go live. So we'll be doing mini readings on Saturdays at 1 o'clock Mountain Time. Thank you to everybody that was able to join in last week. And like I said, these are going to be mini readings. They're not going to be full readings. For those of you that are seeking a full reading, please see my links below. They lead to my website, my Instagram, and my Facebook page. You can also message me at any of those links in regards to any of the organites that you do see in my videos, as I do make all of these as well. And okay, let's get started, guys. Have an amazing week, many blessings, and happy Halloween to those that celebrate. Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly reading for October 30th to November 6th. We're taking a look into the energies of the mind, body, and spirit, as well as relationships, with a closing message from the universe. So please remember that these are general readings. They may not resonate with everyone. However, I do recommend that you check out your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs as well. All right, so let's get into it and let's take a look at what is coming through for Sagittarius for this upcoming week. All right. For the mind, we have divine guidance, beautiful energy. The ideas you are receiving are heaven-sent answers to your prayers. For the body, we have law of attraction. Keep your thoughts positive and surround yourself with positive people and situations, and you will attract more positivity into your life. And for spirit, we have allow yourself to receive. Open your arms to welcome the blessings and answered prayers that God is sending you. Wow, Sagittarius, I honestly feel that this is probably one of the best beginnings of all of the signs that I've had so far. I mean, they've all been good. They've all been really, beautiful messages that are coming through. But this right here, so I feel like there is most definitely, some sort of message or some sort of answer to your prayer that will be coming through once you get yourself into this place of allowing yourself to receive. Okay, so it's opening up your mind. It's like remove those negative thoughts. Sometimes when we're wanting something, we go into this energy of like, I really want this. I'm really trying to create this. I'm really wanting to, draw this into my life. And it's almost like on that conscious level, we can believe that it's happening, but sometimes we carry those subconscious fears that are within us that do need to be released, or they need to be, switched over, transmuted in some way. So what I'm getting here is, again, that law of attraction. So it feels like, really watch your words, watch what it is that you're saying, even within your own mind, but also to other people. Stay away from those that are going to take away from your dreams or your desires. A lot of times we get into this place where we may want to develop a career or a relationship in some way, and we can sometimes receive negative impact from others. All right. If we go onto social media and all we're basically seeing is, this can't happen, or, men suck, or women are this, or whatever it is, we're going to get drawn into that energy. All right. Even if we try to dismiss it. Let's say we go on to a particular group page. Let's say you're looking for dating, all right? And all you're seeing is, this guy did this woman did this, like I said, men suck, nobody is faithful anymore. What we're really doing is we're adapting that into a sense of our subconscious. And I feel like Spirit is saying, look, it's time to start closing down the things that aren't resonating with you at this time. If you're not really feeling that energy, why are you being drawn into that energy? If you're looking for love, then why are you in a place that is, not promoting that loving feeling? Why are you in a place that, or with people, or paying attention to the energy of those that are just in this negative mind space? Why are you allowing yourself to get drawn into that? And I feel like messages are trying to come through to you. That sense of faith, that sense of trust, again, allowing yourself to receive. A lot of times too, we get into this place where we may not be receiving exactly what it is that we're looking for. So we get into a negative mindset. Let's say, for instance, and again, I'm going to use, relationships as an example because, that seems to be the most prominent of what people are really looking for. But, take it as it resonates with you. A lot of times, we might be interested in somebody. And so, we may pursue that energy. We may want that energy to come through. But, let's say that person is just not as expressive as you are. Or maybe perhaps they're the type of text messaging that, is like one word. Or maybe perhaps they're just not very, open type of individuals. That might be something that you need to take a look at. But also here is that, sometimes when people are just busy, they can't put that energy in that you're putting that same energy in. If you have more time on your hands and you're putting more energy towards it, but they're being more reserved, take a step back and look at perhaps what they could be doing or what other circumstances they have going on. Because I also feel like there needs to be some sort of sense of gratitude going on here. Yes, maybe you didn't receive the exact message that you wanted or the exact words that, they used, but there could be that energy of, okay, I'm grateful for the fact that they responded. I'm just going to let it go now. I'm going to let it be released. I'm just going to have faith that things are going to get better. Okay. Which doesn't mean to hang on to negative energy that is no longer serving you. If you're really feeling within yourself that this person isn't putting in that energy, maybe it's time to take a step back. All right. You are being divinely guided. Those thoughts and feelings that are, that you're receiving within your mind or within your heart are being true, but it's staying away from the things that aren't true. If you're looking at, again, something that is just saying, men suck, or, women only want, people who have money and whatever it is, that's not a true feeling. That's not a true emotion. That's not a true mindset. That is a perceived mindset that is coming in from external circumstances or perhaps from your own, circumstances from the past. All right. So that's what you need to relieve. There's that difference between that conscious mode and that subconscious mode. The conscious mode is what you're truly feeling, what it is that you're truly thinking, that are, or what you're trying to think and what you're trying to send out, what you're trying to, express. But that subconscious, I kind of mixed that up a bit, but that subconscious is that tape that's playing in the back of your head. Okay. So if you don't have that true faith that's going on, or that true faith that's needed toward a situation, that subconscious and those subconscious fears or those subconscious, blocks and walls that come through can play a part. And where do we get those from? Well, it's like a tape recorder. If we're recording something, over and over and over again, we're going to keep hearing it. And that's where that law of attraction comes in. We want to be able to change that subconscious set of messages that are coming through. We want to get into that place of faith. So this might be the time to, start looking at other maybe groups, or maybe perhaps, watching movies where at the end, the people are going to be together. It's just changing that mindset. If you're looking for that career, why is it that you're holding yourself back? If you're trying to bring something into your life, then stop looking at the things that are opposite of what it is that you desire. Okay, that's basically what they're saying. And at the same time, allow yourself to receive. It's not a matter of, everybody has different love languages. Everybody has different ways of communication, whether it's in a relationship or not a relationship, or a romantic relationship, I should say. But, take the messages that are coming, or take the gifts that are coming towards you with that sense of gratitude. It doesn't mean that you need to fall on the floor and say, thank you for sending me a text message. It's just going, okay, I'm glad this person responded, or I'm glad that this person is act how I am, but I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to stay open to that energy of more coming through. I'm not going to get into a negative mindset of, oh, I wanted more, or I wish they had said this, whatever it is. Just take it as it is. Be grateful for that. Let it go and allow it to form how it's supposed to form on a natural level. And a lot of people tend to push that natural level. We tend to get into this energy of, like I said, we want more, or maybe perhaps we're not happy with what it is that we've received. It doesn't mean that just because somebody sends a text message and says hello, that they're ready to jump into a relationship, but it also means that they're not ready to go into a relationship. Just take it as it is. It's almost like stop overthinking, stop overanalyzing. Allow the true messages to come through of what are supposed to come through, instead of that subconscious messages of fear, or being disappointed, or getting into that negative mindset of, oh yeah, this is all I'm going to get because all men are like that, or all women are like that, or whatever it is. All right. And same with career. Again, take this in whatever aspect that is coming for you at that time. But that divine guidance is really coming through. So this is really about being aware of your conscious and your subconscious thoughts. But I do feel that Spirit is guiding you. So listen to some of those messages, especially if they're contradictory. Okay. So if your subconscious is in this place of, being in a negative mindset, if you're hearing those negative messages or emotions coming through, but your conscious is saying, grow up, literally, like I've heard that sometimes in my own head, right? That's why I'm using that reference. Or they're saying, look at, calm down, take this as it is. Don't overthink. Don't, analyze it too much. Just, remain patient, whatever it is. Because that's where our messages come from, right? Is they come to our conscious mind. It's our subconscious that can sometimes hurt those messages, or change the direction, or the actual text of that message that's coming through. All right. So really start paying attention to what's going on within your subconscious in order to change that to a more positive mode, to change it to that mode of faith and trust. All right. And at the same time, allow yourself to receive. Allow yourself to receive not only the messages, but perhaps gifts that the universe is putting in front of us, instead of overthinking it and, changing it around to a negative mindset. So clarification, yeah, the sun is coming through. Honestly, the sun is like one of the best cards that you can get within the deck. And the interesting thing is looking at this, it's like Spirit is going, okay, we want to give you something. We want to give you this gift. We want to make everything. We want to change the situation. We want to create some, sense of beauty within, whatever aspect it is that you're trying to bring forth. When that sun comes in, it's basically that validation that things are moving in the way that you want them to move in. But again, remain in that positive mindset coming through. Six of Pentacles is coming in. It's interesting because this Six of Pentacles has come through so many readings this week. And I really feel like people are being unbalanced within their giving and receiving. Sometimes we give too much and then we expect that same in return. And I do feel that for the most part, we need to have that balance. We need to give. We also need to be able to receive. All right. But are you asking for too much, or are you asking for too little? Okay, that's something that you need to take a look at. Again, going into that subconscious. If we're giving out too much energy towards a person, let's just say, and again, I'm going to go back into, romantic relationships. Sometimes we want to be in a relationship with somebody so much that we'll be over attentive or over caring or over giving. And, that can put that person, it can move them back a little bit, or it could put them into a situation where they just are taking, and that is also draining that energy. But it also changes your mindset and puts you into this place of, yeah, they just want this, or I feel useless, or I'm not feeling validated, or whatever mindset, whatever words it is that we sometimes play with ourselves. So I do feel there needs to be that balanced energy. And that's why I'm saying, don't worry about, let's say, you send out a message and you only get a 1-word answer back. Okay, just leave it as it is. It doesn't mean that you need to put more energy towards it. Allow that person to change that energy and come towards you. Okay, so allow that equal exchange of whatever it is that is going on. Yeah, Six of Cups, this really talks about past things, past memories. And that may be, something that you need to examine. This also can talk about past people coming through. So maybe there's somebody from your past that you're trying to create something with. And again, it doesn't need to be romantic, but I do feel that for some of you, that's exactly what it is. But it feels as though for some of you, you may possibly want this past person to come through. Or it also could be that you're focused in on a particular past person, which is really changing that subconscious mindset and not allowing you to receive the true and positive messages that you need to receive. Okay. And again, for some of you, it might be that you're trying to draw in that, past person, that past soulmate, twin flame type of energy. Doing so by using that law of attraction and removing those negative mindsets, you will see that energy change between the two of you. Okay? The twin flame, that soulmate connection, is very much a mirrored reflection. So what you're thinking, they're thinking. And it doesn't mean that they're thinking the exact same thoughts, but it's that energy that you're sending out. So if you're in this negative mind frame, they can also perceive that. They can receive that energy. Same as for them. So sometimes there might be that contradictory, that kind of slam, because if they're in a more positive mind frame and you're in that more negative mind frame, it's going to be very difficult for them to come through. Remember, energy is all about the vibrations that we're sending out, and that really has to do with that law of attraction. If you're sending out a negative energy by thinking that they're going to do this, 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 and this, then they're going to pick up on that energy. It doesn't mean that they're hearing your exact words or anything like that, but it does mean that they are picking up that energy, and it might prevent them, especially if they're in a more positive frame of mind, it can prevent them from coming through. Same as if you're in a higher vibration, you're really not going to pick up on negative energies, okay? It doesn't mean to lower your vibration in any way. It's the higher that we go within our vibration that we're going to start being drawn towards the things that are really for us and really that are supposed to be coming through. You'll notice, like, some people will stay in this place where they're complain, and then they're wondering why their life kind of sucks or why doors are being closed. It is the energy that they're sending out. But you'll notice that people are of a higher vibration, people that are in that happy and positive mode or in that positive mind frame, you will see that they start really attracting those things that they want to desire, or things that the things that they do desire, the things that they want to draw in your life. So you'll be wondering, how come that person, is always so happy, or why do they have the best relationships or the best jobs? How do they do it? Well, they change the mind frame. They change that subconscious tape player that's going on in the back of their head. And I feel like this is being really presented within this reading. Eight of Wands, yeah, things can start really moving forward. This also does talk about messages, again, like we had just talked about, with the text messages. So perhaps for some of you, if you are waiting for a message to come through from perhaps a loved one, or perhaps somebody, like you have an interest in, whatever it is, I do feel that message will come through. But again, stay into that positive mind frame. If you're sending out those negative messages, right, that's going to make it very, very difficult for that energy to be received by that other person, that you even want that message to come through. Three of Pentacles. This is about collaboration. So what I'm getting here is mind, body, and spirit coming into a form of collaboration, working together to creatively be able to manifest, all right, changing all of our perceptions in order to manifest what it is that we truly want and what it is that we are truly desiring. Yeah, and that Seven of Cups energy is like, really take a look into what it is that you do want. Sometimes you might need to spend some time alone, or spend some time in some sort of like hermit mode to actually choose what it is that you really want. When we have this Seven of Cups, it's like there's choices. We have choices. This also might be going into that fantasy mode, again, going into that subconscious. What is your fantasy mode playing? Are you playing out fights? Are Are you playing out disagreements? Are you playing out disappointments within that subconscious? Because that is the energy that is going to be sent out. Or are you going to change that mindset and take a few minutes of visualization and really put in those positive messages, those positive energy, even if it's only just a matter of seconds. They do say that 17 seconds is really all that you need to be able to grasp that energy and truly send it out the way that you want it to send out and to be received. So if you're in that, if you're replaying, like I said, fights, arguments, past disappointments, whatever it is, that energy is being spread. All right. We want to change that mind frame. We want to be able to change into the positive aspects of what it is that we want to receive. We also have the 10 of Wands energy, because this is very heavy energy. I do feel that for some of you, it almost feels like you have this weight on your shoulders. And again, I do feel that this is coming in from past circumstances, or perhaps even for, current circumstances, but past that is playing into this current circumstance. But it's time to remove that weight. Allow yourself to receive. Again, we also had that 6 of Pentacles energy where it can be unbalanced. So maybe you need to ask for help in something. Maybe you just need to take a look and, see who is taking from me, who is taking without me receiving back, or where isn't that energy exchange being fair, because this is really playing a weight on my shoulders at this time. We also have that 5 of Wands. Yeah, it's like that tug of war. So 2 energies pulling at each other. So I do feel that for some of you, there may be an energy that you need to release. And again, this could have to do with, groups on social media. Maybe perhaps it's just energy within yourself, perhaps some sort of, disappointments and all of that stuff. Whatever it is, it feels as though, like, again, subconscious and conscious sort of making this tug of war energy. But, if this has to do with real life circumstances where perhaps there is some sort of, disagreement, or that, tug of war energy, it may be something that you also need to release. You need to let go of in some manner, even if it's just, taking a step back at it and really taking a look into the situation from a different perspective. Look at that. Can't make this up, guys. You cannot make that up. There it is, that Hermit energy. Time to go into yourself. Time to really take a look at not only your inner self, but also the outer circumstances, okay? Take another perspective. Take another look at it. Take another view. Maybe take a step back and look at it from the perception of, in a 3D sort of mode, or a third party sort of situation. Imagine yourself here, imagine the circumstances here, and really try to visualize, not only if it involves another person, not only their side of things, but also your side of things, and see where this energy needs to be blended. I'm also getting here with that Hermit card it is again time to go into ourselves and start changing that subconscious perspective. All right. And allow this Hermit to help you with that. The Hermit shows you things step by step. He may not show you the whole picture at this time. But what I'm getting here is, as you start really opening up, as you start changing that subconscious, as you start changing the circumstances within yourself, you're going to start noticing those outer effects. So let's take a look into relationships and see what is coming through. So we're going to be using 3 of the Oracle of Mermaids, as well as the 3 Arcanium. And we're going to get a look into relationships for you. Remember that relationships do not need to be romantic. They can be friends, family, and co-workers. They can even be a relationship with yourself. All right. Yeah. Energy field adjustment, aura cleansing, and healthy. Cannot be more clear than this. This is that energy from spirit. So whatever relationship you're trying to improve or you're trying to create, whether it's romantic or whether this is, like I said, some other type of relationship, maybe even perhaps that relationship with yourself, it is time for that energy field adjustment. And how do we get that? We get that by going into that hermit mode, by changing our subconscious thoughts, by changing our subconscious outplay. All right. And once we change that, once we start looking at things in that new perspective, not allowing those negative thoughts or feelings to come through, listening to the divine messages, the divine guidance that is coming forward at this time, we're going to start noticing that energy field adjustment. Telepathy. Remember how I talked about, especially with that twin flame soulmate connection, it says nonverbal communication, energetic pulses, and mind reading. So here's the thing. This is exactly what I just said within those soul connection relationships. What it is that you're sending out will be perceived by another person. Again, it may not be the exact words, okay? It's not like somebody's going to be sitting there, truly reading your mind, but they are, excuse me, I have to cough. This is allergy season for me, so it is really affecting me. They may not be reading your exact mind or anything like that, but it is going to have to do with the energy that is being sent out at this moment. All right. That's the thing that we need to be concerned about. If somebody wants to come forward, but they're feeling like a negative energy, have you ever walked up to somebody like on the street or whatever, and you just don't get a good vibe from them? That's exactly how it's going to be within that soulmate or, that romantic energy. If you're seeking romantic energy, but you're coming forth with this grr, men suck, women are this, whatever it is, everybody's out to use another person, whatever negative mindsets that you have within yourself, that is going to be picked up immediately by somebody who has any sense of perception. Okay. They're going to be using their intuition as well. And they're going to be sitting there in this place of, I'm not really fond of this energy. I'm not liking this. I'm just, not going to put my energy towards that. And again, we want that balance of energy, right? So what it is that you're sending out will be perceived in some way. Transparency, honest, authentic, genuine, and present. So again, stay within that present, stay within that now moment. Even if you take a look at Eckhart Tolle's book, The Power of Now, what a beautiful book, but it's also a beautiful place to be in because you're present within that current moment. You're not thinking about the past. You're not doing something, for the future. It's not that you're not putting that, that energy into the future of what it is that you desire, but you're not sitting there in that place of, well, this isn't going to work out because of this and blah, 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 or this is, it's taking away from, expectations. All right. We're just looking at the present. So again, going back, let's say into that text message, maybe perhaps you sent out this big long text message and all you're getting is a, okay. All right. Is that the energy that you really want within, a particular person? Is that the type of person that you really want a particular energy with? And that's something that you may have to take a look at as well. Okay, if that's not the energy that you want, then, why are you continuously putting more energy towards it? It's time to take that step back. It's time to take another look at it. And again, staying in the present, it doesn't mean that you have to get into a negative mindset. It's just looking at it as for what it is. Okay, I just wrote out this great big text message. I'm getting an okay back. You know what? I'm just not going to put the energy there. I'm going to send this person love. I'm going to send this person caring. I'm going to stay within that positive mindset, but I'm going to go about my day. I'm going to get into the now moment. I'm going to stay in the present. I'm not going to worry about what this person is thinking or whatever it is. You don't know what that person was doing. Okay, which is why they may have only sent out that, okay, maybe they're just not interested. Maybe they're not willing to put the energy in it. But maybe also they're in the middle of a, a great big meeting or a work or, whatever it is. Maybe they got other circumstances that are going on at that moment. So whatever your perception is, if you're twisting it, into a way that's going to sound negative, it is not going to create the energy that you want and the energy that you desire and the vibrations that are being sent out. All right. So really start paying attention to this. And instead of worrying about, you know, the future or bringing through that past, stay within this present moment in order to allow your manifestations and your desires to start really being created. All right, let's get some clarifying cards. Yeah, Queen of Swords energy. So this Queen of Swords coming through, again, this is very much a present energy. She's not sitting there. She's not in a drama mode in any way, shape, or form. She says what she has to say. She's very honest with what it is that she has to say. She takes a look at things as they are, not as what others allow that perception to be. She's very much strong within herself. So she can look at a circumstance or she can look at a situation and she's not, you know, receiving the energy of others. She's not sitting there listening to, you know, other people say, well, this is this and this is that. She's like, I'm sticking within myself. She's very perceptive. She's very, you know, she's so strong within herself and her own intuition that she knows exactly what, you know, what is what within a situation. And she's very honest about it. She's not only honest within her conscious or within her words, but she's also very honest within her subconscious. So she stays in that element of faith as well, is what I'm getting. All right. We have that Ace of Wands, beautiful energy, because this talks about passion. Start putting passion and, you know, developing new creative ideas for that subconscious, whether this is within a mantra, whether this is within meditation, again, going into that hermit mode in some way. But it feels as though when you're doing something, do it with that passion, do it with that sense of, you know, creating rather than distraction. Okay, because a lot of times that subconscious can bring about these elements of that tower where things just, you know, kind of come to a shocking end, or, you know, change that, or where you need to build that new foundation. What that Ace of Wands is asking of you is to put passion into what it is that you're desiring. Okay, maybe you're not receiving, you know, that equal exchange of energy, which doesn't mean you cannot still put some sense of passion into relationships. Maybe it's just not that relationship, or maybe perhaps you need to start putting passion towards some sort of relationship and remove those negative mindsets and those negative blocks that keep coming up, which are allowing you not to be vulnerable or not to be transparent in some way, not allowing your true energy to come through. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. Again, I feel like whatever it is that you're wanting, whatever it is that you're trying to create, it wants to come through for you. And Spirit is basically giving you some sort of guidebook in order to help this, in order to create this. We had that divine guidance coming through at the beginning. Divine guidance is coming through for you to make these changes, to spin that wheel into a more positive situation, into a more positive, perhaps, relationship, whether it's within a particular person or whether this is within just relationships in general, especially if you're trying to draw a relationship in some way. So let's get a closing message from the universe and see what is coming through. Closing messages are usually things that we need to focus on, things that Spirit wants you to just know, or things that you need to start allowing. All right, closing messages from the universe. You know, and it's funny because, you know, if you've watched my readings, if you've been watching my readings for a while, you will see that usually when I say something, it's like the messages that I'm getting are coming through, and then they are validated by the cards, you know, that are being pulled, you know, almost immediately afterwards. And so when those channel messages come through, I really feel like Spirit is trying to get something across to you. It's almost like you've asked for a prayer, or you've asked for some sort of miracle, you've asked for a change within a situation, and Spirit is giving that to you by almost giving you a guide, that guiding journey, that guide that is coming through in order for you to follow and really work on. So we have creativity and abundance. Dear one, you're being called to action. You're ready to accomplish great things and truly come into the fullness of who you are. It's a time for great creativity, giving birth to beloved projects, or becoming a parent. Follow your passions so that abundance and prosperity manifest for you. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful, and Empress energy coming in here. Remember, it doesn't matter whether you are male or female or feminine or masculine, whatever, you know, This has to do with the energy in itself. When that Empress comes through, it's like, again, Spirit is trying to bring something of abundance to you. It's just going to be a matter of that change of thought, that change of circumstance, changing that subconscious to allow yourself to receive this abundance that is coming your way. And we have Helper of Emotion. Romance blooms and you find yourself falling in love. Gifts of flowers, love letters, and poems read aloud are all in your future. Marriage proposals, weddings, and past life connections are possible. Someone new who is romantic, dreamy, and emotional may enter your life. This person could be an artist or an idealist of love. This is amazing energy. So again, I do feel it's like allowing yourself to stay in that positive mindset. It feels as though Spirit is really trying to bring something through or to change a situation in some way that is going to, allow yourself to go into this energy of truly being in love, not only with yourself, but with this other person, and to bring this love towards you as well. But it feels as though, again, you need to remove those blocks. You need to remove those negative mindsets. Allow this to be created in some manner by following that guidance of Spirit. So I truly hope that this has helped, Sagittarius. If this reading has resonated with you, please click like, please share my videos, and please subscribe to my channel. And Saturday, 1 o'clock p.m. Mountain Time. Remember, we're going live. And I hope to see you then. Have an amazing week and many blessings.